Hey guys, welcome to Redneck Manufacturing. I'd like to thank my subscribers for watching these videos and leaving comments. And if you're new here, man, click that subscribe button. There's a whole lot of content. It's random content, but we'll keep you busy. Today, we're going to try to consolidate all of this stuff a little tighter into that corner. We're going to move this over. We're going to move that out. I've already moved the auxiliary unit over to there. We'll probably put the splitter over there as well. And we need to do that because I need to pull those two farm-all tractors up here somehow. On top of those two farm-all tractors, I have a scooter. It's actually a motorcycle. It's a Honda PCX 150. And then I have two handicap chairs. We'll continue on around here. Got the pool filter. I got a Power Wheels. I got this old girl here. We actually have to get rid of her. My financier said that I had to get rid of her and move everything around. The tractors had to go up that way in order to make room for that. Yeah, guys, we picked up a Case 1845C. The price was more than right. It's a little rough. It does have some issues. One of the major issues is this right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a good indicator of it. The seal on this tilt cylinder is blown out. I don't think there's a seal left in there. I have probably a half a gallon of hydraulic oil on the floor, which is why this tarp is here, because I knew it was going to leak a lot of oil. Probably got about a half a gallon to 3/4 of a gallon laying right there. And then back here where it was parked earlier, I covered that up with a whole bunch of rags. There's probably about 3 gallons of oil there. And I just noticed this a little while ago. I opened up the engine compartment and let's see if I can show you. That is the sight gauge right there, and it is completely empty. So got to be careful of running this thing until I get it fixed. So yeah, that tilt cylinder is priority number one. I got to get that pulled and get new packing for it. But what impressed me the most with this machine, when I went over there, I knew the price, and the guy started it up for me. Man, there wasn't a puff of smoke. And I know it hadn't been started in a long time because I watched it in the backyard for a long time, and it never moved. So he started it up. It did not puff a lick of smoke, and he drove it around. Of course, I didn't have money in my pocket, so he didn't let me drive it. If you guys are familiar with Case skid steers, you'll know that the handles are supposed to move forward and backwards. They're not supposed to move side to side. And the top handle is supposed to move in and out, not back and forth. Same way with this one. I think this one might be a little worse. It moves in and out. It's only supposed to move back and forth. And then the actual handle up here, gotta watch, I got a spider crawling up there. But this handle is supposed to move in and out. It's not supposed to move up and down and back and forth. So I'm thinking I may have to go with the whole handle assembly there, not just bushings and bearings and whatever it takes. That's gonna cost a little bit of money. This isn't gonna cost much at all. The kit for that is like $25 for the seals. I was thinking, well, while I got one of them off, I might as well take both of them off. And then, like I say, my OCDism kicked in, and I thought, shit, if I'm going to take these off, I'm going to take that off and clean the pins up, get all the old grease out of there, and put dirt fittings. Then I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, shoot, I might as well pull the lifts off and make sure that the packing's good on there. Because if you look real close, the scraper is tore up pretty good and just not sealing. So we're just going to go through this. Not quite as much as we did the Bobcat. My God, the Bobcat was down to an empty shell with nothing in it. Rebuilt the cylinders, rebuilt the engine, had the valve assembly rebuilt, so not quite that far. But I do want to pull the cab, the roll cage, ROPS. Thanks, Tim. Never knew what ROPS stood for. I always looked at skid steers on the internet and it said, you know, ROPS. And I thought, well, that has something to do with the tracks or something. But good friend of mine just came home. We had lunch together. He explained to me what ROPS is, rollover protection system. And that's, you know, like this heavy piece of metal up here and whatever else makes that system work. So yeah, thanks, Tim. ROPS, rollover protection system. I hope that's right. If not, I just made him look bad, but I probably said it wrong. So yeah, we got a Case 1845C. I'm sure you're going to see this again on my YouTube channel. New paint, new decals, clean all the joints up, get new Zerk fittings, grease it up, change out some seals, and we're gonna roll. It's a game changer. That thing's perfect for a homeowner, somebody that just wants to work around their farm or, you know, around their house. If you have a lot of landscape to take care of, this thing it's a game changer. It's a whole different ball game, this one to that one. So tickled to death. Stay tuned. More 1845C videos to come. I'm so happy I'm losing my voice. All right, guys, she is in her final resting place until we get that cylinder fixed and we get some hydraulic oil. In this case, it's, I believe, motor oil with some kind of an additive. So yeah, her final resting area till we can get that fixed. I think I've totally ruined this tarp. So step number one. All right, guys, we made pretty good progress on this thing tonight. I don't know how long I've been working on it. First thing we had to do, well, first thing we did was we disconnected a hydraulic cylinder from right there and also right there, top and bottom. Of course, the bucket is upside down right now. And we had to undo the hydraulic lines for this hydraulic cylinder. We're not going to undo this one just yet. I should, and I probably will, just because the pins on the top side down here are really in bad shape. The pins for the pivot are not that bad, and I'm glad that they're not, because they are about $130 a piece. But I do have a good friend that works at a shop, and I'm pretty sure he can manufacture those for me. But anyway, we got the cylinder undone from this side so we could flip it upside down to get to that pivot pin a little easier. And then over here is the hydraulic cylinder that was leaking like a sieve. The only thing I did over here so far, there's a little screw right here. Let me see if what I'm, yep, that little screw right there. It actually screws in right there. You take that screw out and then you just untwist the head off of it. You can see the seam there. Once I get that head off, I'll hit it with some air on this back fitting, and that should push this cylinder right, or the should push the shaft right out of the cylinder, and then we will be able to start the rebuild. I don't have the parts for that yet, but yeah. So now we'll go ahead and, if I have enough battery, you know, I'm out here working, I like to hear a little music, and when you listen to a little music, you lose your monetization. So right now we'll set this up on the handicap scooter and let you guys watch this bucket and pivot come on down to the ground. Hopefully it don't fall off, chip my concrete or anything like that. Here we go.